Good evening, everybody, and my wife piles them on, one top of another. You know what I mean? But at least I had some tea today. Yesterday, I was eating my tea while I was on an interview. It's still funny sometimes what my wife does, but she does all the planning, and I just do all this. Anyway, tonight we've got a wonderful Susie Graham. So, any questions or anything, please leave them in the box. On the radio, people on the radio, make sure that you put it in the right box, not the one that is for the radio station, because I won't see it. So there you go. Susie, how are you?
I'm great. Yeah, fantastic. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yeah, been busy doing this.
Good.
Thank you very much. Last time we had problems with your sound, didn't we? Last time.
Yeah. I think last time it was the laptop did an update, and then I was using an old laptop which just didn't want to know. So we're back on the new laptop, which is updated and seems to be friendly tonight.
Good. Well, tell everybody about yourself. I know about you, but
Okay.
I'd love you to say so.
Well, I am a country singer from Glasgow in Scotland. I was a Patsy Cline tribute, and I got to go across to the States and perform for Patsy's family and stay with one of Patsy's friends, Joe and Jim McCoy. And my own original music, I played in Nashville in 2019. I was invited there, and it's just been great. So I've just been writing since we've been in lockdown.
Yes. So let's go back to, because not many people are just piling on right now on the radio side of things, and people on Facebook. Let's go back to square one. So what made you to be a tribute artist for Patsy Cline?
Well, I was a big fan since I was a kid. My mum used to play Patsy Cline's songs, and when I was in school, I was always teaching them to my friends, getting them to slap their thigh and everything. And then it wasn't until later I was always singing in rock bands or doing something to do with singing. And it was only about 2013 people were saying, "You sound like Patsy Cline, you should do the tribute." So it's just been greatly received. And as I said, I'm a fan, so it's great fun to sing all the songs.
Have you ever kind of like you ever go to, when you went to Nashville, did you ever go to Patsy's place and
I went, yep, been to all those places. I went to in 2016 where she grew up. The home is now, it's called the Patsy Cline Historic House. That's in Winchester in Virginia. So I went there, and it's all the way it was when she lived there in the 50s. And then I went to her gravesite in Winchester as well. In Nashville, they've got the Patsy Cline Museum now. So yeah, we went along to that. That's got all our clothes and all this kind of a stuff. And that's only opened, I think, 2016 because Patsy's husband passed away in 2015. So her daughter Julie opened that up. Obviously, her husband Charlie had held on to a lot of her things. So when I was at the Patsy Cline Historic House in 2016, there was a glider chair sitting in the porch, and there's a famous picture of Patsy sitting in the same chair with her hand on, like, it's like an air vent. So I recreated the picture and put on my costume and everything, the same as Patsy. And then they took the glider away to the museum in Nashville, and it's now got a rope in front of it. You can't sit on it anymore. So I was the last person to do that.
I bet that was really good, though, isn't it? Just sit on the chair.
It's pretty cool when you see it now in the museum in Nashville, and the rope and everything, and I've sat in that already.
Yeah, let's let everybody listen to your singing. Brilliant.
Okay.
Where was this taken to then?
This was the Fort Theatre in Bishopbriggs in Glasgow. It was a show I'd put on, Sweet Dreams of Patsy Cline, telling her life story. So it's a great audience that night. Yeah, that was a packed house.
Clap your hands, stamp your feet. Clap your hands, stamp your feet.
How do they take? How do they take it? How
Yeah.
do they take it for Patsy Cline in Scotland then?
Everyone loves Patsy Cline. Everyone's granny or their mum played Patsy record. Yeah, everyone knows her. I'm surprised. There's a lot of young people know her as well, so that's great.
Is it a big country scene in Scotland?
There is a little bit. There's the Grand Ole Opry, and it's starting to get a bit bigger now. They've got this thing, country to country, that comes, and it brings a lot of the new Nashville people over. So that seems to be quite a big thing. It's getting bigger. That was always on at weekends when I was always working, so I never got to go. But that looked as if it was it was sold out every time it came to Glasgow. I think it's getting more acceptable.
Yeah. Well done for that. The trouble is, so with the sometimes when people do like Patsy Cline or Tammy Wynette, there are some artists out there who kind of, what can I say? I'm trying not to be horrible here. They don't actually kind of like give the artist a good name. Do you get me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. They're. I tell you what. Can you move to your left a bit? Because all I can see is half of your face. That's it. Thank you.
Getting too comfortable there.
I was just going. Well, I'm on the sofa and I'm lying on the sofa like that. So, and I thought, oh, I can't even hardly see you. So yes, but the trouble is the country, because is the country music up in like Scotland, because you got all the folk music, you got all that. I had someone on today from Scotland, and he was telling me that the folk music is really, really, really big in Scotland, and so is country too then? Is that?
I think it's getting bigger. As I said, with this thing, country to country coming over, people are starting now to get into new country artists, Keith Urban, all these kind of guys. But I think it's always been around, but maybe with the shows like Nashville and things like that, brought it more to people's attention to the forefront. But I've been listening to it all my life. I think it's great music. It's lovely stories and told by ordinary people.
I love country music. I love it. I'm well into it. We've got a really top country music artist coming very soon in the next month, and that is worth watching. Brilliant. And I can't I can't tell you who it is because I'm obliged not to do that because it's they just told me not to do it at the moment. So
yep.
But the trouble is with country and western music. I just love it. I used to remember going to a local club in Plymouth. It was a Denport Name Club, darling. Oh, you never. But anyway, I went to like a Labour Club type thing, and they used to have like everybody was dressed up.
Oh yeah.
Like some people were like Indians, and sheriffs, and all the women were dressed up in all these costumes. Oh, it was lovely. And then at the end of the
people
evening,
do that.
And at the end of the evening, they put all the flags in the middle and and sung Elvis song. I can't remember what it was called.
I've seen that, yeah. And have you seen the shootout? They do that. They
Yeah.
get the guns out.
Afterwards, they shoot out, don't they? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, gonna see.
Yeah, it's the country scene is really good. And I've had quite a few people on here who's been in the country scene. But the trouble is with you, because you're in Scotland,
Yeah,
I get people sometimes I talk to who's in Nashville, who's in the United States, and they got everything around them.
exactly.
You know, do you
Yeah.
think that Scotland needs more facilities for country music?
Yes, yes, definitely. Because it's been proven there is country fans, and when I do gigs, they always sell out, and people come dressed to that. They bring their cowboy hats and cowboy boots and everything. So yeah, there should be more places for it, and it should
Mm.
be introduced to everyone.
Yeah, because they've got folk music up where you are. They've got all the bagpipes and everything.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
They've
you
got
know they,
lots of folk
wh-
clubs. Yeah.
yeah. Why not country music? You know what I mean? I was even told that they got like is it a flute club or something? They even got clubs up there and all
Don't know,
different,
but I wouldn't
Yeah,
be surprised. Yeah. My
yeah,
auntie runs a folk club, and they've been doing through lockdown online group things, which has been great. It's kept everyone
yeah,
going. The Nova Scotia Folk Club, but they like country music as well. They let me come in and
yeah,
try out new songs and things. And
yeah. What's it like? What's it like to be doing singing on kind of like social media? Because you'd rather be out there, wouldn't you? Gigging really, wouldn't you?
of course, yeah, and having the interaction with the audience and everything, it
Yeah, yeah,
completely changes things. A live performance is it just feels silly sitting in front of your phone and recording yourself. You don't have any interaction but hopefully we're starting to get back to things. So
yeah, yeah. Okay, I've
onwards and
got some
upwards.
questions here for you. I've got some
Yes.
questions. Right. The first one is, what's the I think we touched on this before, but we get new people on here all the time. It's Charlie wants to know. Hi, great show, Steve. Thank you. I love Susie's outfits and stuff. What I saw her. I've been watching her videos and I think she's fantastic. Thank you
Thank you.
very much. Paula wants to know how long have you been doing country music?
I've been singing country music all my life, but I was in rock bands and things. I've got a song called Country Girl that kind of tells the story because everyone always said I had a country twang and I could never get rid of it. I thought that was a bad thing. And no matter what song I would sing, I would see people turn around and nod to each other, country twang, country twang. And just when I sing country music, I feel more comfortable. So I've been writing country songs since maybe about 2015.
Yeah. Who's your inspiration? I got you from Mandy.
Patsy Cline.
Actually,
Uh, Numerous reasons because she was a great, even though she died so young, she was a great fighter for women's equality. She had a great sense of humour. She was the first woman inducted into the Grand Ole Opry just by asking, and first woman to wear trousers and things like that. So she was a trailblazer back then for lots of things, just equal rights and
what do you what do
artists
you,
getting paid and yeah.
yeah? What do you think of No Blake and the others? Well, let's say No Blake.
Right. Who's he? No,
Uh,
Blake. Do you mean Blake
no,
Shelton?
no. Sorry, no.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he's good. I like some of his songs. Yeah. God's Country. That was a cracker. So yeah, he's got a good country voice, and yeah, he's all right.
He's all right. So
He's all
sorry
right.
about that.
Well, I
I
like,
got to,
I like, I liked Miranda Lambert, who's his ex-wife. So
sorry,
I
but
like no, well he left her for Gwen Stefani, didn't he? So I like Miranda Lambert. I think you're either one or the other.
yeah,
I like
because
them both, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry about that, but I called you No Blake for a reason. I'm not. I won't go into
okay.
that reason, but but trouble is, do you actually think sometimes though these people who are big stars and everything, who who has got a kind of like a good, they made a good living from it. You know, he's even done Christmas shoes, wasn't it? He was in that film Christmas shoes. That
Right.
made him big and everything. Do you think sometimes they go far with their own what you call lifestyle, because he got into all sorts, didn't he?
Who, Blake?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know everybody's different. I suppose it just depends on the person. And well, I also admire Dolly Parton, the way she's led her life. She's kept her private life private, and she doesn't get involved in politics or anything like this. And
Yeah,
she's
and that's what
absolutely right. So
it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to
yeah,
be, isn't it?
yeah,
You know,
you're trying to sell records.
yeah, yeah, and that's why I said something about Blake Shelton. He's always likes to be in the limelight and be into trouble and everything. So, but
Yeah.
anyway, let's jump off. Let's jump off that. Let's talk about more about you. So,
Okay.
when are you doing any more songs? Are you making any more songs, or what's your
Well,
next?
I've just been writing and writing and writing, so I'm on the third album now. And I just can't wait to get back into the studio with the band, uh, who are Jim Jack, John Graham, John Thompson, and David Thompson. They play at my auntie's folk club. They're like the house band there, but they've come in to help me. So I'm just really looking forward to getting into the studio and getting the songs recorded properly. So until then, yeah, just whenever a song pops in my head, I'll just record it and play along with my couple of chords on the guitar that I can do. But I'm
What's the
nothing like
best
the
film?
band.
Best film? What is the best song that you? What's it? Name me a song that really, really relates to you, that you have written.
Country Girl.
Country Girl.
Yes,
Right.
that's my story. It's the lyrics are when I was a kid, I'd listen to my favourite country songs. My friends, they didn't know them yet, but pretty soon they'd be singing along. In no time, they'd be slapping their thighs, singing along to Patsy Cline back in the days when we were young. And then the second verse is I've always had a country twang, singing songs in a rock and roll band growing up in the streets where I came from. Then when Dolly came on TV, pretty soon it was clear to me that country music where my heart belongs.
That was
So
really good.
that's on YouTube and things like that. I haven't released it as a single yet.
How about when love's no longer there?
When Love's No Longer There.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's a song. Is that a song of yours?
No.
No. All right. Okay. Okay. That's the first mistake I made today. Um, but if you kind of like, what's your highest kind of like crowd you ever played in front of audience?
Ooh. Hmm. Probably the Troubadour Park in West Virginia in 2016. Um, it was the 54th annual celebrating Patsy Cline days, and people had come. So I was told there was cars in the parking lot from 4 states away, but that was a big crowd. I don't know exactly how many, but it's like a football pitch, this big park, with a big open air outside stage. So yeah, maybe that.
God. And
Mm.
if you wanted to ever, sorry, I'm reading all the questions here.
Okay.
Um, Russell wants to know, name me one country artist that you would love to be at the Grand Ole Opry with.
Oh, Reba McEntire, Willie Nelson.
Oh yeah,
That's my
brilliant, isn't he?
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very good. Yeah. Um, and also, what else is there? Have you got any gigs lined up for this year? Um,
Yep, slowly but surely getting there. I have the 31st of July in the Dog and Duck, it's called, in Glasgow, and the 7th of August in the Signal Box in Glasgow. And I'm just starting to get kind of inquiries coming in just now, but just really going by ear, and what we're doing at the moment. So it's slowly but surely picking up.
Are you? Do you have any plans of going back over to Nashville?
Yeah, that's hopefully the plans for this year. I was hoping because I've got a band across in West Virginia that want to do some shows with me with my original stuff as well. So hopefully, maybe sometime this year we'll see what happens. Again, it's just fingers crossed for everything, and
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's the trouble, isn't it? How have
Yeah.
you been? What's it? Marie said, "How have you been coping? At the end of the day, if you're like a full-time musician, kind of like, how have you been coping with all the COVID?"
I've just been writing songs, as I said, and my cat has been keeping me company Tootsie. um, so that's really it, and just trying to get out and go for walks. But writing songs has been the main thing, and playing the guitar, moving on to four chords.
And Lisa wants to know, do you have a man in your life? Do you ever have time for yourself?
Yeah, I have a man in my life, yeah, and I have time for myself as well. Yeah, I've got all the time in the world right now because I was always out during the week. I do this full time, and I was always singing in care homes and birthday parties and things during the week. So that's on hold, obviously, just now as well. But yeah, that's all I'm doing just now is sitting about writing songs, playing a guitar.
Steve, would it be possible if Susie comes back and does a slot for around about half an hour or so, or an hour? I will ask her. I'll definitely will ask her. Also, hi Steve, thanks very much. That was really good. Could you tell me where I can find Susie T? Susie, have you got an email? You got a website, ain't you?
I'm on facebook.com/Glasgow Country Girl. That's for my own original stuff. And I'm also on facebook.com/Patsy Cline Tribute for the Patsy Cline stuff. So if you want to check me out, yeah, I'm always putting new songs up on my own page, the Glasgow Country Girl.
There you go. Do you belong to the Patsy Cline? Is it Appreciation Society
Well, no, I don't.
or
They
the
do
fan club?
the fan club. Yeah, Julie runs the fan club and she sends out newsletters. Um, but I know all this stuff. I'm friends with everyone that runs the house and everything. So, um, but no, I just obviously support them and share the things and vote for them every time they get an awards up and things like that.
Right. Okay. And the last question is for this evening is if you were if you were asked to play Patsy Cline in a film in a musical, would you?
Absolutely. Of course, yeah, that would be great. Well, I did that in my own show that I wrote, The Sweet Dreams of Patsy Cline, in that Fort Theatre. But yeah, if they had it again, if someone was going to put on a show and I was asked to play her, that would be a phenomenal dream for me, yes. Because see, I know things about her. So I know the way she was as a person and her personality and everything. And when I do my shows, I use a lot of the things that she said. There's a live CD live at the Cimarron Ballroom, and it's all the quips and one-liners that she came away with. So I put on the accent and I do all the things that she said.
Ah, right. So so when you sorry, got my questions now, unfortunately.
Mm,
But the trouble is, when you do your gigs or wherever you go, like for Patsy Cline, when do you start kind of like coming to character? Is it when you go into that pub or that theatre and you start doing it then, or on stage?
I think it's as soon as the outfit goes on and the wig.
Right.
And I've also got earrings that I got from the Patsy Cline Historic House, little cowboy boots. So that kind of gives me a little, those came from the house that she grew up in. So yeah, definitely when the outfit goes on.
Right.
I,
Okay. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you as always.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And I'm going to get you back again because I want you to play some music because I
Yep, I
love
can do that.
Patsy Cline music. I'll get my
Right.
I'll get my wife onto it right now to you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, don't forget to kind of like contact Susie. She's a lovely person, and we've had her back about twice now. and she's been really, really good. And please follow her. Go on there. And if you go onto YouTube, have you got YouTube?
YouTube is just Susie
Yeah.
Graham, SUZIE GRAHAM.
And what you do, you subscribe, and you kind of like touch that button, and you subscribe,
That's it.
right? And you just keep following her. She's really, really good, honestly.
Thanks,
Because
Steve.
she won't be on your house.
Hmm.
So, anyway, okay, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and stay true to yourselves. Until then, bye bye. Thank you, Susie.
Thanks, Steve.
See you
All
soon.
right, then. See you soon. Speak to you again. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.